trade show next week. You got everything ready, right?
And the program manager.
That's what it feels like.
That's what
Yes.
the program manager did last week.
Of course,
It's probably a good thing he's in another building.
are we,
Okay.
are
We are streaming now, yes.
okay.
Okay.
So, limit the abusive and foul language as much as possible. Oh, that really
Do not identify employers as you mentioned. Like
Yes, if you're if you're going to diss your employer, maybe don't name them.
Did you say accentuate the foul language in?
I did not.
I never name my employers. That's just about a habit.
my employer changes names often enough.
Can't even remember. Yeah.
That's part of it.
Well, we're going to change the name again, so.
Really?
How many times will that make while you're working there?
At least the third.
Third.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 4.
Yeah, but I haven't been there as long as you. I've only been there almost 12 years.
Were you and Sue at the same meeting today?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for indulging my curiosity.
All right.
The meeting where I'll answer questions as long as they're not for HR.
So we're in Zurich.
Yep.
Yes, we are in Zurich. We are at a
Sanitarium.
sanitarium. That's right. Yes, that is the word that I was looking for.
And we have a Russian bodyguard.
2
Yep.
Russian bodyguards.
We have
A doctor and a nurse.
a doctor and a
A
nurse.
doctor and a nurse. Yes, and a liaison with the
Yes.
Swiss authorities,
And we were
And
or
we
a
got,
Swiss liaison. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
and we have, of course, Lennon, who didn't die.
That's right. He just looks very ill, very
The
sick.
reports of his death were greatly exaggerated.
we can't say that yet. What we can do is make sure that we assure everyone, no, this can't be him.
That's right. Didn't you hear he's dead? The
He was dying. Yes.
The Russian government said so. It's got to be true.
And by saying it isn't him when it looks just like him, the rumor should spread faster.
Quite possible.
Russian doctor denies that
Yes.
it's alive.
No, really, this guy just happens to look exactly like Lennon. It's not a
Sound like
coincidence.
him.
It's just a coincidence.
Has
Funny little
bodyguards.
The little
Has
beard.
a personal doctor.
We need the the Swiss equivalent of the Inquirer.
I'm sure there are papers like
Hello,
that.
Linky. Oh, excuse me. My goodness.
I think we.
Hello, AKA Wavy. Hello, Zeppo fan.
I think we should go for something more like the Sun. More reputable.
Yeah, but they won't throw it in the newsstands as quick.
They won't. But they'll wrap fish with it faster.
So, everybody, how's the audio doing? It usually takes about 30 seconds to get any response. Because it's up to the server.
Have we got the buzz?
We shouldn't, because I don't have any USB cord attached.
We don't have any alcohol. We can't have a pause yet.
Really nice audio, according to Linky.
Excellent.
Yay!
We'll
That
fix
was
that.
a fair.
No! Well,
That was a fair academic
at
school for knowing
9:30,
anything about
when I have to
Swiss
plug it in so it
newspapers
doesn't die
without
due to
asking.
lack of power. All right.
Oh, I see. You want me to throw you the ball?
That's
Well,
what,
That is
that's what Oreo
humans
always
are for.
wants.
Throw me a freaking bone here.
Nope. you don't want to give up the ball, so I can't throw it. That's sort of dumb.
Hello, Romy Wolf. Oh, it's,
How many people in that?
we have 5 viewers right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have said something in chat. My wife, I believe, is the one who is there and hasn't said anything in chat yet. But she's watching the Twins game right now.
Gotta have our priorities.
Yeah,
I was going to say, is there a Twins game on?
there is a Twins game on, yes. They're at home playing the Tampa Bay Rays.
And that was just an insane news article about them this morning.
About who?
Did not
The
see.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Apparently, the owner of the Tampa Bay Rays wants to turn them into the Tampa Bay Montreal Rays.
Oh, actually, yeah, I think Laurel brought that up. A team that plays their home games in 2 separate cities.
Yes, the
In
first
two
half of the
separate countries.
The first half of
Yes.
the season they play out of Tampa Bay, and the second half of the season they play out of Montreal.
That couldn't cause any legal issues, could it?
I wouldn't want to be doing their taxes.
Yeah.
So we're in the sanitarium.
Yes.
Lennon's got a room.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yes.
got bodyguard that stands outside.
Yes.
So it's going to switch between bodyguard 1 and 2.
Yep. The one in the room sits next to the bed and, you know, takes a rest break on sleeps occasionally. But, yes.
So, where are the doctor and the nurse and the liaison?
The nurse tends to be in the room.
Okay.
The doctor visits on a regular schedule.
Yes.
And other times is consulting with the other doctors.
And probably be difficult Russian to
Oh, yes.
and versatile to.
Telling them absolutely nothing except that it is an advance in Russian medicine.
So, who is going to be spreading the rumor? Good. And somebody has a ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like that.
I believe you made your rolls already on that.
Yeah, I believe we did.
And he's
I
well
believe so.
placed to be talking to more people than the rest of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the person that gets sent out to run errands.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, one of the things that we need to do is, like, if Lennon had any favorite foods or a special kind of drink, we gotta make sure that we serve that, so it just gets a little more,
Verisimilitude?
I don't know the meaning of the word, but by
Verisimilitude.
context, I'm gonna say yes.
It seems I mispronounced it anyways.
Verisimilitude.
Yes, that's how it's.
It's one of those definitely polysyllabic types.
Okay, well, Lennon will give you a list of exactly what he is known to eat regularly.
Aha.
So,
Useful
So-
to know.
he gives it to,
Liaison?
The liaison. He would be the one who would
Order
gather
those?
the stuff.
okay,
Well, first you would see what the kitchen supplies,
Well,
which is to say not much, but
yes.
he needs to give them
They
first
can have
stuff.
right of first refusal. You let them know
yes,
what it is that they need to be making.
it's a sanitarium.
Ah.
Your breakfast is gonna be a glass of milk. Your lunch will be a glass of milk, and for dinner, well, you don't get anything because you drank all the milk.
So Laurel 2 minutes ago said, "Hello, I meant to turn on the stream, but got distracted by the baseball game and Twitter." My first comment didn't show up in chat, for me at least. I saw it, if that was your first comment. Anyway, so we now have 7 viewers. We're world famous too, because some of them are in Europe.
Wow.
You
Which
should,
means it's the middle of the night for them, so.
Yeah.
you should definitely go pick up supplies at, there's got to be expat Russian grocery stores somewhere in Zurich.
Mm-hmm.
All you need to do is make a good contacting roll, which means I'll be doing it. No, I
To
can,
do what?
actually, I can get good. I just have to roll really well.
To do what?
Buy Russian food.
I only need a two to make good, so let's look at that.
Plus
He's
one.
He's the one who's outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but I can advise him on
Mm-hmm.
locations. So let's see.
She knows where everything is everywhere.
Trying to remember the name. Is it Little Odessa? Is the usual Russian enclave name?
Typically.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless it's, unless the Ukrainians have taken it back.
At this time,
It's Russian.
Ukraine is Ukrainian is like a minor local ethnicity within the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, all one big happy revolution, officially.
I got a fair result. There used to be a nice little place. I don't know if it's still there anymore.
Let's see what Simon can do.
I'm assuming I'm rolling on contact with different New Year's. Epic.
That's good enough.
Yeah, you do better than fair.
Well, Annie doesn't have a location modifier, whereas I don't think Simon has spent lots of time in Zurich, so.
But still, it's only like a -2, right?
So it's still way over what he needs.
Yes.
We have been here once before. There's an opening from the tunnel network.
Yeah.
From the crystalline caves.
Mm-hmm.
That was in Bern.
No, that's right. It
I'm
was.
sorry, you're right. Different city in Switzerland. My mistake.
Okay.
I'm not going to get Geneva mixed up with anywhere else, but other Swiss cities I might possibly conflate.
Okay. All right. Yes, you can find a small Russian grocery store.
Probably.
Does it have everything on the list?
It does, though some of it is very expensive.
Yeah, like Simon's work.
Well, it's caviar specifically from the Black Sea,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a landlocked country. So
They'll have it, you just have to.
that's what I just said. Yes, it's more expensive, but why don't you make a resources roll just to make sure?
Okay, this should be fun.
Well, that's not a good roll, is it?
Actually, this is a good
Oh.
roll.
Oh, it is exactly good. All right. Well,
How much is good? Cost of things.
cost of
That
things.
would be page 209. Good is under $500. Machine gun, motorcycle, truck.
Doesn't say
Yes.
about what sort of.
Seems to
So
me it would be good.
you you pull out your wallet and it comes out to about half of what you had in your wallet. Right?
Okay.
apparently you've been spending money on something.
Mhm.
That was a little lower than you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that
Oh,
store full of clothing.
He did spend a lot of money on that clothing.
And he shelled out for our train tickets too. And
That's mostly insignificant. But the fact that there was some really nice clothing at that secondhand clothing store, none of which anybody is going to actually wear.
But we will take it back in the United States just so we can rub it into the Russian face.
Okay,
I thought we were going to take it back for a museum.
that's what he means.
That's
Yes.
what I mean.
It'll be shown in the Museum of Russian Art or something like that.
Okay. Had to figure out where in the world I was.
Okay. You're in Switzerland. Does that help?
It told me to look in the middle of the Alps.
Yeah.
So the skiing should be good.
January, yeah.
we definitely want to make inquiries with locals about which slopes are too much of an avalanche risk before I tried it, but other than that, yeah, it should be lovely.
You're afraid of avalanches, Edgy? You're afraid of avalanches, Edgy?
Well, he can't dig himself out quite as easily as you can.
Didn't exactly answer the question.
Yeah, with my endurance, I could probably survive being caught in one, but yes, it would be tedious digging myself out and walking back to wherever.
How about generally respectful of the amount of damage one can do?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I mean, most of the actual groomed slopes do not have an avalanche danger. So just don't go wildly running around the mountain and going, hey, this looks like a good place.
Yeah.
Sitting out, stick the dynamite all over the place.
Well,
No,
I mean, that's one of the ways they decrease the avalanche danger is they blow
Worst
up the...
of-
Really? Yeah. Well, I know.
They make it happen on purpose when there's nobody around.
Yes. All right.
When there's supposed to be no one there.
They
Yeah,
sound off horns and stuff like that. It's not like it's a surprise.
No, it isn't.
Anyway, so that didn't take very long at all. It is still the same day. You have stuff that Lennon will not turn his nose up at.
I need to turn back the clock a moment.
Okay.
And mention to Simon that the purpose of going to the store is to spread the rumor of,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't need to do that.
You didn't need to do a paper
figured
to do that.
Yes, give him back his paper.
Okay, Hey, just sticking to the rules here.
Yeah. You just want some attention.
And
You
now
don't
is
want
where
like a ball
that
thrown
epic
or
or
anything.
better
Wow.
contact roll would be great. To spread the rumor.
We were doing that yesterday, last time.
Ah,
He
We
had
already
4
done that.
rolls. If he runs out of rolls, I will let him know he needs to roll again. But that was one of his rolls.
what was the
Okay.
lowest of one?
So,
Uh,
but this
I
is
think they were mixed. Were they African legendary or legendary awesome?
yeah.
so. But the thing is, though, this is another opportunity to spread the rumor. As he's getting this Russian food.
Yes.
Yep.
He did.
Yeah. Now I understand the mechanism you're working with.
Huh.
We think of where the liaison needs to be going, and there goes one of his roles from last time.
Caring Bear, thank you for the host, and hello, Daft Pool.
So, so one of the roles is gonna be for getting the Russian food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, speak, you don't speak Russian, do you?
No, that's why he's the
French.
Swiss liaison.
So in French,
Excuse me.
are you available
Probably.
in the watch?
You do have a click code for that. You don't actually have to say anything.
Okay,
It's
I see.
like click,
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 click, click, click, click.
yeah, something like that.
Whatever.
Are you dead? that's the click code for "Are you dead?"
And if they answer, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully the answer will be no. If you get a yes back to that one, that'd be really
Then you got a hold of Edgy's spirit companion. Yes.
That's true. He could
He
could
respond.
answer that just for the heck of it. It'd be blowing his one free physical
But it would be
action
worth
per
it.
scene, but it might amuse him. Mallow.
We are now up to 13 viewers in case
wow.
anybody cares.
Baker's dozen.
I arranged to get someplace where I can talk.
Okay, in French, I would say, also, on this list, hopefully we have something other than food, like maybe he likes some kind of favorite cigar, some kind of favorite alcoholic beverage.
Might not want him drinking alcohol right now. I mean, his doctor.
He's Russian, okay?
Point.
So,
It's an
Basically-
antiseptic.
I withdraw my.
plus,
Yes.
it's another opportunity to go someplace else within the
Quite
city
true.
and
The
spread the
Russian
rumor.
grocery store sold the right kind of vodka, so he was able to
Okay.
get that there.
How about like a cigar or something like that?
They don't sell cigars in the Russian grocery store now.
But if Lennon likes a certain kind of cigar or a certain kind of tobacco for a pipe or certain kind of cigarette, it would be nice to go get them and then have another opportunity to spread some rumors.
In as cosmopolitan a city as Zurich this year, there will be good tobacconist shops around. Definitely. That will not take as high a contacting role as he got last time.
But to find one that has a certain Russian one,
Sure. Well, if the first one doesn't, he can keep asking around and have all the more chances to spread rumors.
Mm-hmm.
so I'm working on ideas
Yep.
that
Yep.
our Swiss liaison can make more contact within the city with plausible reasons.
Yep.
And I can't, of course, complain about the unreasonableness of
These people you're working for?
yes.
He wants a certain kind of vodka, he wants a certain kind of caviar, he wants a certain kind of this, a certain kind of that.
Absolutely.
And you top it off with, I thought members of the workers' paradise had, yes,
Yeah.
had gotten past all of those bourgeois requirements.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's funny how the time it takes for the state to wither away always approaches infinity as you go along.
All equal. Some are just more equal.
Mm-hmm.
That's Animal Farm, right?
Yes.
that's
It
Animal
is
Farm.
Animal Farm, yes.
But still inappropriate.
Oh, yes.
Salsa looks good.
That
Can't have
more
any.
of the same kind as was in the bowl before?
No.
Oh, different kind. Okay.
You go for the old Dutch, but it's better than Costillos. see.
Are you the one who can't have garlic?
Garlic's fine, it's onions though.
Onions. Oh, and that's in a lot of salsas.
The verdes? would
Good
that be a
night,
problem?
Blinky.
The verde, the green, those be okay?
No, any kind of onion bugs me.
Okay.
Don't bug me less.
That was previously.
I mean, but it's only onions. The things that are related to like garlic, I'm okay with.
That is interesting.
Yeah, one time Scott had this thing of sauteed onions that was like, oh man, it was almost poison. It's poisoned me. And I drink cyanide.
Yeah, that was worse than mine. Okay. What else can we do to enhance the situation short of opening the window and having him give a speech? Which he could do, and I
No,
wouldn't
No.
be surprised if he enjoyed it.
no.
No.
Just a little too direct, possibly.
Anonymous letters to the editor.
It's not bad.
True, we could get it, we could have, we could have, some people writing in who have, heard that, Lennon is being treated here and are all upset about the bad political precedent.
No.
No.
That's not what he means.
Uh-huh.
Lennon writes comments on the government.
Oh, sure,
Or
yeah,
to see.
that could be done, and presumably, his, verbal style is even easier to imitate in writing than for a skilled mimic than,
The thing is though,
talking.
even though it would be great to have Lennon write it out and send the longhand in so people might recognize it as his if they did an analysis, he would never do that because he's an aristocrat. He would dictate it and then somebody else would type
Right.
it up and then send it.
Right, by verbal style, I mean, word choice, what sorts of phrases.
And he wouldn't even write it out himself. He'd have some stenographer sit there and write everything down.
Sure.
Dang it, I'm a nurse, not a stenographer.
It's supposed to say, Jim, I'm a mad scientist.
Language.
I'm a mad scientist, not a nurse.
Annie has played nurse before, and this time will probably be less annoying than the last time.
The doctors are less dangerous.
Wouldn't
One is giving it if someone shows up, they would give the other doctor a run for his money.
Well, other than having him make comments about the government here, and honestly being sent in, I'm running out of ideas. Jack?
I think we let things go and be ready to deny it when, or if somebody asks questions. Like a visiting doctor checking out this new patient. Because I imagine the clinic doctors will want to give him an examination.
Likely.
They came here because they are supposed to be good at handling this particular ailment.
Yep.
And they're-
I suppose we do have to let them see it.
yes.
Yes, it's their sanitarium.
Yup.
So,
You have to make sure that you're not killing him.
So, when it's Jack's turn to be inside and Edgy's turn to be outside, Jack is going to say in Russian. So, will you be able to reduce the symptoms of the fever if called upon?
I can easily produce complexion. Causing my body temperature to rise. I can't just do naturally, but, here, give me a piece of paper. He writes down something, and he hands it to you, and he says, all right, if I need to produce a fever, you just need to give me some of this. They should have it in the pharmacy here. And
Okay.
it'll cause my temperature to rise.
Okay.
We just need to seek it out of the pharmacy.
That's right,
without
yeah.
it being
I'm pretty
accounted,
sure you
but
can
I think
handle that.
Jack can handle it.
I'm sure the pharmacy's open
Yes,
24 hours. So, when it's my turn to be inside, I will then not go inside, but then go to the pharmacy.
All right, make a stealth roll.
Would be, sorry.
Okay. There's literally no way that the pharmacist who's on duty would be able to notice you, even with a bonus for the fact that you're going to have to open a locked door to get into the pharmacy. Make a burglary roll. This is not a hard burglary roll, even though it is a locked area, secured. That's good enough. You actually, I think you got it. A little bit.
You're going to have to tell the medical staff about his cyclic
Right, that is.
fevers and chills.
Yes, 2. So you got it by 2 shifts.
Because my deceit is mediocre.
Martin,
Well, I mean, they're going to interview the patient.
Yeah, not the doctor, not you. So,
Yes,
so
but
looking through.
if they stop in at the wrong moment, we have to be able to say,
well, the
This
fever
is-
comes and goes.
yeah, the
It's-
fever
it's-
comes and goes.
It's
okay.
been normal.
So we lay down the
Temperature's
foundation.
Normal and then back up again.
We have been monitoring his temperature, and as expected with
So, I grab the vial that I need and close and lock and walk on out and go back to the room and wait for my shift to be over. When I go inside, I will hand you.
Okay. I will place it somewhere where people won't be able to find it.
And you have to use the sleight of hand, take it if someone comes in and wants to do an examination.
The patient is resting. You can come back in about 20 minutes, he should be up.
Well, hello.
Oh, so not cigars, but a very specific brand of cigarettes.
Okay.
Well, that's my other suggestion. This one is pipe tobacco, but
And
Too bourgeois.
so when you say that, what he does is suddenly there's a cigarette case in his hand. It's a very special cigarette case. He presses the latch in a certain way and a knife comes out. So it's a weapon, which is close at hand. And that's where the pills are right now.
Ah.
and Jack's count is sharp.
Yes. Anyway, so yes, they're hidden in there.
Yeah, look at you. You're so happy. You're so happy.
Anyway, so
You played his previous entry with us.
time goes by. It is the afternoon. It is the evening. Nothing has happened.
end of my shift. Head out.
Absolutely.
Well, before Andy leaves, he's gonna stop and say in Russian. take them a while to get here. So, you may be here for a week or two. Easy.
Yeah.
Anyways, I will then stop at a cafe or restaurant, whatever they have around here that is moderately priced.
There's a cafe that's very close to the
Okay.
cemetery.
With thick Russian accent, will make my order.
Okay.
And basically go off to the hotels and retire for the night. That's what
All
the
right.
nurse would do.
Any, is the Swiss liaison doing anything in the evening?
Finding a good bar and apparently getting drunk.
Actually getting drunk or only apparently getting drunk?
Apparently.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
Loose lips. You can start complaining about the Russian person you're with.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining about the unreasonable demands thereof.
All right.
And you know, the good Swiss X is not good enough for him. He had to have this other equivalent product from
Other inferior product.
Res.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, maybe even something like, I've dealt with heads of state before, and, never mind, I didn't say that.
So, it is the 25th.
Yay!
We went straight through the 24th?
There wasn't much to do.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean,
This
Jack,
is the day.
I
that
was
it
listening for people telling me they were doing stuff.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's,
This is the day that it gets announced, I believe, right?
His death in the newspapers, you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
so you see. But Jack is just standing outside, and he can stand there a long time. Which means Edgy's inside sleeping, because he doesn't have
Napping,
stunned.
please. Even without that particular stunt, I can stay awake for a while if I need to.
Yeah.
But so far,
It's just an endurance roll, and your endurance is good, so. All right.
Pick up a morning paper on the way in to see if it's appeared there yet. Probably not.
So actually, there's like a social happenings column,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a single line that says, "Rumor has it that a special VIP." This is actually in Romansh. Is that the name of the
Okay.
language?
yes.
A special VIP is recuperating at the name of cemetery. So they don't have a name, they don't have a country, but they got that there was a special VIP staying there.
Okay.
that's
Well,
Progress.
That was based basically on the stuff that you had been doing up front. So, yeah, they don't. Not this morning's paper doesn't have
The big
the
announcement.
big announcement that.
But, okay, I will worriedly rush back
Yeah, I probably should have made you make an academics roll, but it would have been like an average academics roll for you to see that and notice that it was.
I can probably fail that, but I will
Well, that
take
is
the
true.
freebie.
Okay, make an academics roll to see if you noticed that. Your target is average.
so as long as I can roll a -1 or better.
Yes. Well,
I rolled
even. Good for you.
minimum.
I was gonna say, I see 2 pluses. You cannot have rolled -1.
That's or worse. So yes.
Let's use the fate point.
It's very rare for people to use fate points to make it worse. I know there was the one time, but still, it's very rare. Brief break.
Yeah. Sure.
I thought of something else. Reading material. There's a certain kind of books he wants to read. Something written by Karl Marx, maybe. Nietzsche.
Wow, the History Channel has a really wimpy discussion, or it's got like 3 paragraphs on Leonard's death. That's it.
Probably not exciting.
What do they have as the date he died?
Actually, the 21st.
Yes, this is the
Too long.
Hello, Paris.
Yes. No volunteer.
A whole bunch of balls right there.
Yeah, I know.
Are they not the right one?
Well, 3 of them are an okay one.
Okay.
But this is currently the right one.
Oh, there's a right one.
yes, in
Oh.
a particular day.
Apparently that's what he wants right now.
Ah. Strange.
He wants a cigar.
He wants his cigar. All right.
More like any given half hour, one of those is the right one.
Very picky dog. When it comes to which thing to be thrown. So, the night goes by uneventfully. It is the morning of the 25th.
I thought we just did that.
Well, yes,
Okay.
Well, he said it was the 25th, which meant it was midnight.
but you did the paper, the morning
Yes.
paper already.
Okay.
So yeah.
Anybody else doing anything in the morning? You
Jack is still-
rushed to the sanitarium.
Very worried about the security leak.
Yes, very worried about the security leak, which you caused.
What?
Yes, you.
No, that was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
There was a
We haven't gotten to your security leak yet.
Well, yeah.
We have not role played that
But
out.
no.
No, wait, we actually kind of did because he went to a Russian grocery store and they were like,
No, the bar. The bar.
Oh,
He
the
got
bar.
drunk.
When
When he
that
got
was last
when he
night.
got drunk.
That was
That was last night.
another
No,
rule.
no.
Yes, that was
No.
last night.
The current security leak is due to that lady who was the advanced person.
Oh,
And that's a different
right.
nurse.
That's a different nurse. That's right.
It is.
He's just disappeared.
She's
I
apparently
guess
gone
I
on
was
to
talking
somewhere
about
else.
the character, not the persona that the
Yeah.
character was
Yeah.
in at the moment. So, all right. Not nearly as confusing as with John Doe, though.
So,
So,
some rapid Russian with the guards. It seems we already have.
a leak. Oh, it's terrible.
Which of us is on duty at the moment?
Whichever is in the morning.
Probably,
Probably Jack.
Jack's security guard persona.
He's outside, standing there.
Which means that he'll understand the rapid fire
Yes.
Russian.
Yes.
And can reply with something terse and, terse and grumpy, and maybe mostly you shouldn't be talking about that out here.
Oops.
So your tennis elbow hasn't healed yet, huh?
I'm told that I'm going to be doing this for 2 weeks.
Lovely.
2 more weeks?
Well, they're half a week.
Okay.
Basically, I have a follow-up appointment. I have my general physical
Yeah.
for the Monday after the 4th of July. And I'm just going to continue treating it like this until then.
Okay.
That is
So
smart.
another week and a half.
Yeah. Fortunately, when I did it to myself on the arcade games, I was in my late teens and early 20s, and so I healed really fast. It would be only a couple of days before my elbow would stop hurting like crazy. But
It only twinges occasionally.
that's good.
It is substantially healed. I won't claim it's fully healed, but it is substantially healed.
All right. All right. So you ran back and conversed with you out in the hallway.
Actually, we didn't roll play it up, but you're not supposed to be saying that out loud. It's supposed to be.
You can't hear me if I don't say it aloud. No, she isn't.
She's not being snarky with the security guard.
What he probably actually says is something more, it was not allowed, but in public.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ice it anywhere near as much as I should.
What
because
we're, what we're doing here
be in a
is very
position to ice
important
it
for
is
our country.
I realized, oh, this is probably the time I can do that for
Mm-hmm.
10 or 15 minutes and not be.
Oh, by the way, I'm using my non-45 gun. Because if somebody would have seen me with 45s, they might be able to associate, hey, that guy in black, he always carries 45s.
Well, plus your 45s are American guns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be a little weird for a Russian to be.
Yeah.
Probably using some good Russian hand.
Yeah, what are your other? You're not using your machine gun or your giant rifle.
Or my BAR.
That's what I meant by your giant rifle.
No, that's the tank killer.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm using Beretta.
Okay.
Which I've never really used in this game, so no one really knows I have it. Including a certain villain.
Uh-huh. All right.
A good Russian a good Russian revolver.
An interesting Russian revolver.
All right.
7.62 by 38 round. That's the same diameter as the FNFAL assault rifle. Although those are 56 millimeter length.
It's almost the size of the Mauser cartridge. But not quite.
Someday this will all be actually organized. It's kind of a dream of mine.
I was gonna say, do you really believe that?
It's possible. It's not impossible to get this organized.
Oh, designed by
No.
Tupperware.
It is impossible if you use the word someday, because there's no calendar with someday on it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say July 31st.
Someday is the second Sunday in May.
No, it isn't.
Yep, according to my Bible, it is.
Not in that calendar.
Actually, it may be written on that calendar.
Really?
Someday.
I don't remember whether or not we wrote those. We did last year. I don't remember if we did this year.
But I wasn't printed on the calendar. That's what counts.
It's not printed on the calendar. No.
That's what counts.
She has threatened to get appropriate religious calendars printed.
Okay.
It really isn't that expensive.
I know.
So, not much happens the rest of the morning unless somebody's doing something. We really don't know about Edgy, so.
Well,
And she's waking up and then standing guard.
Okay.
there's nothing we can do. I mean, we threw out
You're,
some,
yeah, it's
we threw
it's
out
all
something.
waiting and
We threw out some
the
bait.
occasional trying to spread the rumor faster
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
or further,
yeah, I mean,
since we're pretty sure that he's not in Zurich.
Yeah.
so we somehow have to make sure that it somehow gets picked up by a paper that goes international. You know, and then makes its way over to Berlin and Paris and London and then maybe down to Cairo and Hong Kong. Go across the pond to New York and travel into Chicago and hit San Francisco.
By that time, the story will be unrecognizable.
Well, there's that. If it's if it's picked up in
Bombay,
London, it'll
you know?
be picked up in Hong Kong relatively quickly. There's
Mhm.
enough trade. And
Thank you for the
banking
resub, Mister. Winds are up 6-0.
Hey, good for them.
Well, they're having a hot year.
Indeed.
Yeah, this is the hurry up and wait portion of the plan.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's right. John Doe knows when the announcement was. Ivan Ivanov knows when the announcement was coming out.
Yes. It was a very chaotic time to be in the Russian government, the high ups in the Russian government, because they weren't sure how to handle it at all. They had not planned for this, and even though he was sick and dying, they didn't know. They thought he'd recover, basically. And then he died, and they're like, what? Who? How do you handle this? I mean, do you exile someone and have them murdered in Mexico? Is that part of it, or?
That's not for 20 years. 20 years? Something like that. I forget when Trotsky
After
went
World War
mountain
II?
climbing.
Is that after World War
I
II?
think it was after World War II. In Mexico City.
No, that would be more than 20 years.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up. It's been a long time. Let's see.
So, we are just getting bored.
Yes, absolutely. I will, except for the Swiss liaison who keeps going out to get stuff for this very picky client.
So something else for the Swiss liaison. Click on the watch to see if you can talk. Click, 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 click.
You can talk.
Books. You might want to read some kind of literature. Go like to a library or a bookstore and buy certain books that you might like.
I'm gonna fill out the crossword puzzle.
I mean, we gotta send out more things, so the more
Mhm.
places we can go and spread rumors, the greater chance we have of
True.
greater chance have we have
Cir-
success.
Circle the paragraph that made mention.
So are you going to go ask him what books?
He'll tell you that he wants newspapers, all the newspapers you can get in either French, German, or Russian, and news periodicals of any sort as well.
When I'm sent out to get the lunch for the guardsman section, I will forget the newspaper on the counter as I leave.
Okay. So, Jack will start writing down all what you said. Okay, got it.
You had caught the part about circle.
Yes,
Yeah.
I caught that.
Okay.
it's
There were
a
some-
single
there
line.
was a lot
But
of
yeah,
crosstalk.
are you? It's a single line as part of a larger paragraph. Are you going to circle the line or the whole paragraph?
Circle the line, but be sloppy about it.
Okay.
So it's
So,
completely contained within a line, but the line contains more than just that.
All right.
So why don't you swing on by the sanitarium and I can give you the list.
Okay.
So when you come by, if you would like these following items, please provide.
I look at the list. I sigh.
Every day.
Well, you know, you kind of look at that and go, well, that's going to be a problem for some of these.
Well,
Newspaper every day.
newspapers every day. The periodicals whenever there's a new one.
Yeah.
Periodical.
Yes.
Weekly, monthly, bi-weekly.
Weekly or monthly usually. Yes.
Yes. So, I will go find the. I will go find the newspaper distributor that has the widest variety. On the theory that I'm most likely to find the most of these in there.
Okay. There's actually a news stand, like a shack on a corner, that's about 3 blocks away from the sanitarium, and fairly close to the train station, that has about 75% of what you need.
Okay.
Good start.
And you don't need to make a resources roll for this. It is nowhere near as expensive.
Unless
as-
you're edgy.
Okay, yes. If somebody can actually roll terrible, then they would have to make a roll. But no.
So I talked to the newsstand. I talked to the guy at the newsstand,
Yes.
and I show him the list,
Yes.
and he shows me what he can get from the list.
And like I said, it's about 3/4 of your list. He doesn't have any of the Russian ones.
Of course not.
He suggests that you go to a local place, the place you've just been, Russian grocery store.
Okay.
He says they will probably have the Russian language periodicals and newspapers that you're looking for.
And then I asked him to make arrangements to, could he please make arrangements to have these delivered daily to the sanitary room such and such.
Sure, for an extra, and he names
Boom.
a very small amount of money. He's basically going to hand them over to a kid on the street.
Right.
Give the kid a coin and say, go to this place.
Right. And then I'll go off to the Russian grocery store.
Okay.
Was he out of anything already? Do I need to pick something up other than paper?
No.
Not yet. Okay. So I'll speak with the people there and say, okay, I'm trying to find these.
They say that they have all of them except for this one periodical which has ceased publication.
Ah. When did it cease publication?
Just this month.
Ah, thank you. and then I make the equivalent arrangements with them.
Okay.
You know, I'll here's a week's worth. Arrange for them to be delivered, and I'll be
All
back in a
right.
week. to give them more money.
They actually want to charge you, even though it's a smaller number, about twice as much as the newsstand guy did.
So what?
But come on, it's upwards of $2 a week. Anyway, yes, you don't care.
I pay him. I roll my eyes because of this thing.
Oh, why do I have to go through all this?
Yes.
You could
All right.
complain about getting reimbursed by the Russian government.
About getting reimbursed by, or have of all of the paperwork I have to go through to get
So-
reimbursed
Either
by.
way.
When you are at the Russian grocery store this time, they actually ask some probing questions. They don't come at it directly.
Let's hear the probing questions. I
So, this is a Russian government official that you're buying all this for?
I believe so.
Make it secret. Because you don't believe so.
Because you are lying like a rug.
Yeah, but I'm doing it fantastically.
Well, that's good. Because I rolled fair! I did really well on trying to disbelieve you for somebody who just owns a grocery store. A very sick Russian official?
Very sick, yes. But
Get to
apparently
see
getting.
it roll. You know that he isn't. Well, yeah, I did. That was very bad. So, completely bamboozled. Anyway,
Yeah, like by a span of 12.
yeah, yeah. So, yes. The last time they didn't actually ask any questions at all. They were just, whatever. This time, for some reason, make an empathy roll.
That will be superb.
Superb. Never mind.
Jewelry box.
Yeah. So it's almost as if they had mentioned their previous conversation with you to someone, and that someone told them to ask these questions.
Okay.
Like they were doing it at somebody else's direction.
Okay.
That's what you're getting from your empathy roll.
That's promise.
When I get back to the room, I will mention this to our pseudo Lenin and ask him. So, does the grocery store? Might they have? What are the chances that they know some local Russian spy?
They probably don't know that they know a local Russian spy, but the chances are pretty good that they do.
Okay.
Big
Yes, the
Brother
question is-
watching.
Yes. The question is, so is it whatever name what will be KGB in a few years? Is it
NKVD.
okay? Is it the NK is it the NKVD? Is it the local NKVD person going? What's going on here? Or is it somebody in? Or is it somebody in potentially Ill's organization?
Or for that matter, is it
Oh.
from some other country's
Yes.
intelligence
Yes.
organization?
Uh-huh.
Because there would be a number of groups that might cater.
Mm-hmm. So,
Could be a spy who's working for several organizations.
It
Yes.
certainly might be.
Yeah,
We don't know anybody like that, do we?
No.
Don't know
They're
how
all
that could possibly.
totally loyal.
Don't know how that could possibly exist.
No. Couldn't be done. Ordinary human being just couldn't do it.
Oh, yes. As soon as Edgy hears that about the sort of question, Simon was asked, sort of question Simon was asked, he says it's maybe not too early to put one additional precaution in place. The person whose attention we are hoping to attract does have some mysteries talent. I am going to ask a friend of mine to check for things I might have a harder time noticing. Whether it's spying from a distance by mysteries means or something nastier. Just
Thank you for the follow, James Dino.
You keep that to yourself, or what's how you want to communicate this?
no, I will tell yeah, anyone that's present.
Are you going to tell anybody who's not Annie?
I was going to say I will tell I
The two
will
of you in
tell
the room.
Simon and
It's two of you in the room, plus Lennon.
mhm,
I'm standing outside. I don't know where the doctor is.
right.
I don't know where our liaison is.
Right. Well, he just
So who
he
you
just
gonna
came
tell?
back and told us about this. That's the triggering thing.
But the thing is, though, I can't leave my post.
Right. When when we change shifts, I will pass that information along to you.
Okay. Well, no, I need to actually talk to Simon when he comes out.
Okay. Well, he will be coming back out in a few minutes, presumably. So yes, I can say, and tell Jack if you can do so discreetly. Don't want anyone who should know surprised on this, but let's not
Roll.
tell him.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm waiting outside, investigating,
Mhm.
which is not much to investigate.
Right.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Is it possible for somebody like you to detect his spirit companion from afar? Because if that is true, we don't want him hanging around because a certain someone knows about that.
It's a possibility. I'll see what.
You know that Simon has detected your spirit companion
Sure.
in the past.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I will await Simon's opinion on whether my idea increases our risk rather than decreases. And if he thinks it's not a good idea, I can say
Lennon
okay,
should not
cancel
have a
that.
spirit companion here.
No.
Well, I mean, I suppose.
The
But
person
while-
whose attention we're trying to attract probably knows whether or not Lennon has any mysteries talent
Absolutely.
at all.
Because he
and
was there
probably
poisoning
he
him.
does not. Yes.
We
Because if it
do
would,
know that the
I mean, you're psychic too, son. You got it working for you.
yeah. We know that Father Russia had mystic abilities himself
Right.
of some quantity and was probably able to probably had some people working for him with more.
Likely.
So while Lennon might not have a spirit companion, it would
is
not be unreasonable.
for that somebody else on the team might.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Okay.
think having a
So
spirit of some
so
sort
having a
hanging
spirit of some
around.
sort hanging around is not.
Okay.
doesn't
Is it-
in and of itself damage our cover.
Is it a Russian guy or a dead British guy?
Well, that Egyptian guy, but I'm not sure you can easily tell the nationality of a ghost.
Do you have any facts to back that up?
You can identify, well, if you are good enough at it, you can identify specific individuals. I mean, you could ask the name of the spirit or whatever.
But if the
But
spirit
there's-
isn't wanting to tell you, that's another.
But there's a certain amount of telling that from a distance is going to be difficult, I believe. That's Scott's opinion. Does Simon agree with Scott's opinion?
The further are you away from something, the harder it is to detect
Yeah.
or confirm.
But you see, for all we know, he'll disguise himself as an orderly and just walk on by.
Absolutely,
Well,
that's a
one of-
possibility.
Or a janitor, walk on by.
That's
Or a nurse, and we can do a John Doe, you know.
one of the sorts of things
walk
we're
right on
checking
by.
by and checking for.
Yes, he
Anybody's
is
not
definitely
our
as good at disguise as John Doe is.
anybody who's not
He probably can't. If your spirit companion is staying in the room,
This would be basically an edges of the room patrol. There's,
right?
the farther out you patrol, the more exposed your scouts are, even.
Well, I was just gonna say,
non-physically.
you know, if as long as he stays in the room,
Mm-hmm.
so that there's a wall, so there's that wall.
Mm-hmm.
That wall should provide just enough barrier
Mm-hmm.
that if he's going to if he's going to identify it, he probably has to stop and take some time.
Mm.
I don't know, the guy's pretty good and he's got fate points. I don't know, I would not recommend having a spirit companion nearby. See, you got to stun the what you call him to your side like that.
Sure.
So it isn't like it's necessary.
What I'm hoping for is advanced detection. That he might
Oh.
notice something I wouldn't.
Then I'm going to suggest that maybe Simon kind of patrol the sanitarium and be our advanced detection because he can move around, and Lennon can't, and you can't. You're either sitting in the room or you're standing
Yeah.
outside the door.
Yes,
Not a lot of motion going on there.
I know. Simon, if you think it's safer to have the same sort of checking done by you, I was just trying to avoid piling more responsibility on you because you're
Probably
busy
that.
spreading rumors.
The other thing that I can do is well, no, I can't. I might be able to by now. When I next see Annie, when I next see the nurse, I will inquire as to
Well, anytime you go into Lennon's room, if
Yep.
it's daytime, you'll see the nurse.
And since you're standing outside talking to Jack, it's real easy to see the nurse. Just walk back inside the room.
Yep. I'll walk back inside and say, inquire as to, any idea where the clouds are?
That's a weird thing to ask, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about 9 clouds?
Yes, that's what he's talking about, I'm fairly certain. Although if you want an empathy roll,
Sure, make an empathy roll.
See a plus. I see more minuses.
-1.
mediocre.
Wow, that's an
You still figure it out.
I still do.
You actually what you do is you look at him funny for about 4 seconds, and then go, oh! The realization hits. Instead of the quarter second, just respond. You stare at him funny for 4 seconds, and then
Getting your plus 2 for time.
Yes, of course.
yes.
Clear skies in the immediate area, and we expect it may rain. Give a direction.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, by the way, you don't want Cloud 9 nearby anyway, too, because he might spot
I
that.
don't have it nearby.
I like that a lot.
It would once again be outside of the city.
Yeah.
Yep, like that, 'cause he might be able to see it.
Yeah,
especially-
especially.
Yeah,
Well,
special
my
protection
thoughts are
here.
more like if a plague hits the city, I'd rather not have my crew exposed to it. But I
That
guess
too.
I guess your reason works too.
why would there be plague in this? Oh.
Details. I need to arrange to get a certain chest. Can you pass
Yes.
word along?
You need a certain chest?
Access to.
I can get it for you.
Well, you have to find it first.
Okay, but I can get to Cloud 9 and get back here with a chest.
That's the point.
And Cloud 9 can
Some-
stay where it is.
Can he teleport to Cloud 9 even if he doesn't know where between
Yes.
As long as there's a
Zurich
room.
Cloud 9 is? Okay.
He
Okay.
visualizes the area he wants to teleport to, which
Just
would
checking.
be the cargo area of Cloud 9. It's a place that he's fixed in his memory.
Mm-hmm.
And then wherever that is, he's there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, mostly wherever it is. There are things that could make it impossible for him to get there, but Annie could do things to Cloud 9 to make it impossible to get to. With her mad science.
Slightly out of the phase of reality.
Yes. And then, Jack teleports to where it should be and he just falls.
I'm close to security.
In that case, Jack teleports straight to the ground.
Yeah, I
so
would
you can
imagine.
see the ground coming towards him.
Yes. Anyway, but
Anyways, how quickly do you need it? And do you just need that, or
I just need that.
okay?
Sooner the better.
Okay.
I'm standing outside. You can't hear me, is.
actually, if you wanted to make an
Probably
investigation
could.
roll hearing, you could hear all of it because it's not a soundproofed door.
Well, that would be epic.
Yes, you distinctly hear everything that goes on in the room. Every word spoken, every muttered word, basically everything.
Okay. In that case, opens the door, walks in.
And because you were doing investigation while
Yes,
you were
I
out
was,
there.
I was.
So it's
Yeah.
not like it's bizarre that
So-
you would hear this.
You turn to be outside, Yuri.
You just nod.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know approximately where it is?
Man of persona definitely starts with man of
Um,
I
words.
assume it's in your stateroom.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go to the bay. Ask your crew to send me to bring you to the stateroom. Grab the chest. Pop back here.
Is your crew told? Has your crew been told if Jack shows up, just escort him to where he needs to go?
Where did he go to?
Oh, he'd be appearing in a particular place in the cargo hold and he
No,
wants to
that,
get-
that was the question. Is he going to the cargo hold
He
or
starts in the
estate?
cargo hold.
Yeah.
And then he needs to be escorted to Simon's
He
stateroom.
needs to be escorted, and no, they wouldn't be just.
They wouldn't just do it.
They wouldn't just do it. That isn't. Especially when
Maybe
there's
he
someone
needs a
that
note.
is
Looks like a
being.
Russian security guy.
Especially when we are afraid that someone who is a very good impersonator might be.
Well,
I think maybe you need a.
I would say
man.
Jack would know that there's not just one, but maybe 8 different security things between the cargo hold and his stateroom,
He's been escorted.
all
through
of
the
which
time.
are like great or superb. So he could stealth himself and make many engineering rolls, or he could teleport back and ask Annie to contact Cloud9 and let them know that you're going to be there.
How is Annie going to contact Cloud9?
I don't know, but she's a mad scientist. I bet she could figure it out.
Or I could bring her with me. But she doesn't look like Annie.
She doesn't look like Annie.
Yeah. Now, the
There
real
are
thing is, if
downsides
Andy's going to contact Cloud9,
Well, the
Okay.
real thing is, you've been to the guest quarters.
I haven't. So I could
So-
actually go up into that hallway.
You could just realize that based on how your thing works, just bypass all of those intermediary security measures by going to the guest quarters, which,
Well, I know which room he was in. I just
Yep.
haven't been in it.
yeah,
But you could do the
You
hall
could do
right
the hallway.
outside.
The hall-
And that would be a
hallway.
reduced number of security features and only one locked door.
Simon could lend him probably
Well,
lend him
yes.
a key to the door.
Either Simon or Annie would have the key to the door.
I think Annie would have it.
I actually imagine the guest quarters were more isolated, and with once in the guest quarters, there's a relatively minor amount of security.
What I'm thinking is
segregated.
it's not like alarms, but it's
No.
little lights that light
Yep.
up on a board somewhere.
Yep.
Because you don't want to have
Right.
alarms going off every time someone wants to use a restroom.
No. So I can contact them, yes.
I mean, yes. One option is ask them to just take the trunk from from the stateroom I was in to the cargo area.
That's very reasonable.
I would say that you want to keep the communication to a very minimum, just because somebody might be listening in.
That is very possible.
If you have a key, or because I wouldn't have.
You've seen many of her security methods. Are you put your palm on this plate that has a bunch of pins. It takes a palm print.
Now that would be a little trickier than picking regular lock, just a little.
With high enough engineering roll, I can bypass it though.
Oh,
Yes, you could. Anyways,
Or why don't I just bring Annie with me, and she can bypass it because she would know how, because it's her system.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guest areas would be pretty easy for him to go from his room to your room, because
And I'm certainly not going to have your handprint to get into his room,
Nope.
though it probably would work, because you probably have it set so you can go in anyone's room.
Like a master key, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you'd be the master key.
plausible, but I wouldn't expect her to admit it.
Well, Jack's just guessing.
Yep.
Anybody who knows her would assume
Yes. I'm meta guessing, as it were, that this is plausible, but I'm sure she
And
wouldn't
the
admit
individual guest rooms would be normal.
Oh, the important thing
Because
is that we
the
take some,
handprint thing is tough to reprogram and everything.
well, the important thing is to take action and stop talking about
Yeah.
it.
So,
You wanna
Simon
come-
can give you his room key. You can go to your room
Okay.
and then go across.
I can go in my room, I go across the hall, use the key,
Mhm.
maybe set off some alarms, but by the time they get there, I'll be gone.
Well, what you're going to do is light up a light on your board.
Yes.
It's not an alarm really, it's just an
So by
indicator.
by the
I
time
will-
someone checks, if they do,
So they just set,
Lock the doors on your way out.
Well, actually, he walks out, he gets out of his room, locks the door. He unlocks my room, walks in, locks the door, then leaves.
Yep, exactly.
yeah.
And I remembered correctly, it was the NKVD.
Good for you.
Excellent. So, I make a note of time Jack leaves, time Jack returns, and later tonight I will explain that was a known issue
Okay. To who?
to my crew.
Crew.
Okay. So you
Call the-
find a radio somewhere and use it, or?
I go to
Here's
one
your
of
chest,
the
Simon.
parks.
Here's your
that are-
chest liaison.
Okay.
One of the parks that is in the right district within range.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's
think you
several
need to
hours
miniaturize
after it happened.
It's already been miniaturized.
We did double miniaturize it there.
Knowing what I know of you, I can't pack it any better.
Yeah. You've already seen Simon fling stuff out of there. You don't want to think about it. You know how you do it?
Yes,
You make a TARDIS. I mean,
it isn't always necessary to do that. Sometimes you can just compress the atoms. And
yes, Henry film.
let's see, transmorphic materials.
Okay.
It is my specialty.
Heck, if
Okay.
you just polarize
Oh,
the atoms
right.
properly, you can put
I
a
opened
bunch
it
of
up.
things in the same place. Just have to line
I
them up.
rummage a little bit. Did I find that yet? I may not have found that yet. Damn, I didn't find that yet. Can't do that. So who's got the best forgery skill?
What is forgery?
Forgeries are.
Art. It's based on
Jack.
art.
That'd be Jack.
Handle. Yeah, your
I need
shoes
a
gonna
luggage.
help you.
I need a luggage tag for deliver care of deliver so and so care of such and such hotel.
Well, I can write out the paper portion of it because I got paper and pen and ink on me. But I don't have like a luggage tag.
The leather portion, you mean?
Well, this
Yeah.
would not be this would be the bill of lading type thing that got taped to the side.
Oh, that I can do. Okay.
And then you're going to drop it off at the luggage area at the train station. Because walking out of the room with this, how did it get in there?
I can walk it out, but I mean,
No, yeah, you're gonna walk it out to the train station and then it's gonna get delivered.
okay. So I'm gonna roll my R.
Well, he's not going to walk. He's probably going to teleport it over too.
Well, yes.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Well, wow, that could have been better. So we're gonna take some time here.
Okay. What was your base art roll?
It is at the moment. I got a bad feeling it's gonna be not good enough. So, yeah, that would be fair. Hence, we're taking some time.
Yeah. So together, you take half an hour, and it is satisfactory to you.
Okay.
By the way,
Yes.
I've been listening for things happening. The doctor
Yes.
is going to be making frequent trips or visits to the patient.
Okay. Yes.
There will never be one of the doctors here with the patient without me being there.
Absolutely.
That's
You can let the security people know that no medical professional from the sanitarium will be allowed access to the patient without you
your
being there.
presence.
Right.
You are the supervising physician, and none of them will.
It may ruffle their feathers, but I will, of course, not care because I'm a good Russian.
Yes.
No, actually, I'm a good Australian who has gone to work for the Russians.
I see. Okay.
It's a little fishy because he knows you're Australian.
Well, that's just it. Folks rallied
don't-
to the revolution from all over the world.
Yeah, but you don't want to be Australian. You need something else. He'll know you're Australian. He sees an Australian doctor, he's just setting up a red flag.
Well, how good's your deceit?
Which is why I should be an Australian.
See, that's the problem. He looks whatever it is that you wanted him to look like. That's what he looks like exactly.
He's
But
gone native.
he does not have mimicry. He can't do, and his. I mean, even if he didn't have mimicry, but he had a good enough deceit, he could sound Russian.
Okay. Does John Doe have a ventriloquist?
No,
So he could do it then.
I could. I don't have that.
I made that stunt especially for deceit. That's be nice people.
That's nice. I have not taken it.
Yeah,
I have a lot of
I know.
stunts.
I know. I
That
have
are in line.
I have a bucket list too. I'm chipping away at it.
And
What's
many of the ones that I've been taking lately have actually been to help the group, not just to help John Doe.
Yes, like the library.
Yeah. Which, after my next stunt, is going to be literally one of the best libraries on the planet.
I'm doing my part to help it.
Yes.
Yes. Going on with the story, the only people who administer anything to the patient are us, and they don't handle this the Soviet property, the medicines, which mostly are just acetaminophen.
Oh.
Aspirin.
Since we came in on the train station, I know where the train station is.
Yes, you do. You were there.
So I'm gonna wait till night where I can tag that. Because when I suddenly appear carrying a large chest, I want to be stealth.
All right.
You sure you don't want to appear right under the big clock in full view?
Quite sure. Okay, that would be godlike.
Okay. I'm not going to roll for anybody. There's nobody at the train station who could beat a stealth of godlike with their investigation.
Carefully place this thing. Just like it had been dropped off of a train and is waiting to be delivered. According to the paperwork on it.
Actually, put it someplace where it looks like it might have gotten hidden. You know, accidentally lost.
I suppose you could have told him that before he left.
Yeah.
But,
I'll spend a fate point.
all right.
Because then in the morning I can call and ask, where's my where's my trunk?
I like it. So I will move it around to us. I will investigate, I guess. I find a spot that's sort of kind of out of the way. That it might have been misplaced. And wow, I got godlike.
Which is, I'm sure, way more than you need.
Yeah. So it's over on one side with the shipping label against the wall.
Awe-inspiring.
Oh, only awe-inspiring.
Only odds.
It merely inspires awe. It is not nearly as good as a god would have done. Yeah.
How good can an awe do things? Oh,
No. It's not as good as it is so
You'd be
good it
shocked.
inspires awe. You just
be shocked by the awe, yes.
shock and awe, yes. So twins are up 8 to 1, I think I just saw. Oh, twins up 8 to 1 in the sixth.
So most of the day I'm just sitting around the room, periodically taking temperatures and such.
By the way, does anybody want to go to a baseball game Thursday?
No, thank you.
I'm definitely too busy this week.
Okay.
No,
We have a couple extra tickets.
I don't think she would like a baseball game.
All right.
You could ask.
Asking usually doesn't hurt. But I have no interest in baseball.
Well, I went to one game last year because it was free, though the parking cost me a freaking fortune.
Really?
Take the light
What do you
rail.
consider a fortune?
Nearly $40.
You went to a baseball game and the parking cost $40?
Yeah, 35 something.
Okay, so there's 3 municipal ramps, A, B, and C.
All full.
Oh, that's a problem. Because they cost $15.
But yes, at least near Excel, the event parking starts at usually $20, and for very popular events, it can hit $35-$40.
Yeah, the municipal ramp event parking,
Is,
for at least A, is $15 for Twins games. So,
yeah, the municipal
Yeah, well, maybe it's
ramps,
already got
ramps
these
only
sooner, but-
charge unreasonable, not exorbitant.
That yeah.
anyway,
And, and the Twins lost, too, just to top it off.
oh well.
So,
They always lose on there, though. That's why I don't go. I'm doing them a favor.
Thank you from all the other fans.
Well, I'm doing my part.
Yes.
so between the things that I actually have to do,
Yes.
I will take inventory of voodoo chemicals and such that are left around in the room, and basically figure out what's the most interesting substance I could make combining them. I'm dangerous when bored.
Yeah, make a science roll.
Yeah, you talking explosive?
Cotton balls?
Interesting doesn't have to be dangerous.
Or, some kind of poison gas? No, that ain't good.
Yeah, just a little chlorine with ammonia. Yeah.
Mustard gas, you know.
That's
right?
only great.
Maybe she'll invent ketchup gas.
Hold it, but it's
Oh, yeah, mustard gas
chemistry.
already, so, yeah.
So
It's
Fantastic.
It's not inorganic, but yes, it is chemistry. Because some
So
of the
it's only
many of the
plus-
substances are organic chemicals.
oh, you're right. So is it a +1 for the
Yeah, I
general?
believe you get a +1.
So it is only superb.
You're pretty sure that you could create a bomb in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
You could create a fatal poison in about the same amount of time.
The fatal poison is not at all a surprise.
So,
How long would it take her to create?
a bomb that explodes and has shrapnel that's poisoned, or
No,
How long would it take her to make a universal antidote?
a universal antidote
that
with what's in the room?
No.
Or maybe just a high spread spectrum antibiotic?
With a superb, she doesn't think she could do that.
Okay.
not with the materials.
Not with
and
the material
equipment
that's
on
in the
hand.
room.
I'd have to get into the pharmacy.
Yes, absolutely. That would, yeah, but you haven't been in there, so you don't you have a guess what they would have in there, but you
Yep.
don't know for sure if they're out of stock with something or whatever.
What their current stock is.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but yes, if you took 15 minutes, you could create a bomb where the shrapnel was poisonous.
That isn't very interesting.
Well,
But it
no.
is dangerous.
It is dangerous, yes. So, the 25th rolls
How about
along.
Poison gas that would work like a shaped charge, so that nearly all of it goes in one direction in a tight cone.
I think it's called a shotgun.
Oh yeah, the right kind
He was saying
now.
gas, though. I
Oh,
think.
oh
Yes.
yes, yes.
Not-
Yes, he was doing a breath weapon.
Yes.
It doesn't have to penetrate skin. You just have to inhale when it's being shot into your face.
Thinking of
That
methods
night,
of
as I
taking
said,
down one
alert
person
the crew
quickly.
that was a known occurrence.
A known issue with the detection equipment.
No,
A known
equipment-
occurrence.
A known occurrence. The
That's what you're
equipment
gonna phrase it as,
functioned correctly.
The equipment is working correctly and you don't need to worry about what caused that one signal.
Don't worry, citizen. On to the 26th.
The computer is your friend.
Yeah, that was where I went to, because I saw that they're doing Paranoia, the new edition.
So, we're waiting
One of
for.
those-
Just standing outside,
Yes.
investigating.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime somebody comes by, knows one of us, they're gonna get really scrutinized.
So on the 26th, in the morning, a young boy, he's like 10, shows up with this big bundle of stuff. We'll say you're on the front. For someone in there.
Maybe you make a resource roll.
No.
Okay.
Unless you're going to be tipping him a ridiculous amount.
No.
Hands it to you and you give him a coin. All right.
I will actually go through them page by page.
All
Make
right.
sure there's no messages, bombs, anything like
Contact
that.
poison.
Nothing in it.
Yep, I'm wearing gloves by the way.
You always are. Well, not always. But
Well, yeah. Often are.
yeah.
So I'll make sure there's nothing like that there.
Yes.
And I will open the door. Yuri. Hand them.
The big bundle of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, about 2 hours later, an adult man shows up. He looks like he might be homeless. You're not sure. He's very rumpled and looks like he hasn't shaved in a few days. And he tries to brush past you to go to the door, basically.
So he's walking towards me.
He's walking towards you. He's got a bundle of stuff. It's wrapped in brown paper. So you can't really tell what it is without a very detailed, investigation of it.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's walking towards
Yeah,
the
I'm
door.
gonna
He's
de-
looking at the door. He's not looking at you at all.
Okay, I'm gonna do a detailed investigation on the bundle. Make sure it's not a bomb. Okay, what I said I was gonna do. Oh, I actually succeeded there. Okay, so I got legendary.
All right, good. Yes, this is definitely not a bomb. It is paper. It's like newspapers and magazines. But it's a smaller bundle than the kid brought. You have to give it in there.
Pulls up money.
I was told to deliver it to. And he pulls out a piece of paper. And he gives the name that Simon has been giving. This is for him.
Is Simon there right now?
Probably not.
It's after breakfast. It's sort of between breakfast and lunch.
No, probably not, because I had plans for the morning.
So you didn't specify by room number?
He did,
I did.
but he also gave a name when he was at the grocery store. So this guy apparently thinks he needs to give it to him because he was the one who paid for it.
No. Holds up more money.
Can you open it? I'll just yell in there. I'm supposed to give it to him.
Could always send me
What,
a fact.
what language is he speaking in?
He is speaking in German.
Okay, well, unfortunately, this Russian security guard doesn't know German, because that would be way too suspicious. Is okay. So
I mean, you can kind of guess what he's trying to say. Even if you don't speak German, he's like gesturing at the door.
I won't knock on the door.
This person, he says a name.
Go to the door and answer, I guess.
point.
So do you open the door?
Yep.
So he's looking in there. Like he's looking for Simon's persona, person, whatever.
What's the problem? In Russian.
This guy has.
He's waving a piece of paper,
I look at the piece of paper and read.
and it has that name and an address with this room number on it. That's where he was told to deliver this.
Leave it here.
You saying in Russian?
No.
Leave it here.
He waves his finger at the piece of paper.
Leave it here.
No.
You can try rapport, or you could send me
We
a
can't
Rapport
use
would
rapport
work here.
because we can't speak his language.
Okay.
What
That's
what
awkward.
language is he trying to say?
He's
German.
speaking in German.
It would make sense
It
for a
would
nurse to
make-
know German.
Yeah, it was,
If you want to make an empathy roll, do that right now.
See, the nurse might know German, but the security guy.
Yeah, that's at least in
Is that an
Well,
empathy
that's
or
a
a
plus.
rapport?
Oh, they're the same, aren't they? No.
Well, which were you trying
rapport.
to make?
I'm still unclear on the difference. Rapport is
Empathy
Rapport
is
is
perception,
trying to
rapport is convincing someone.
Yes, rapport is trying to convince somebody of something. Empathy is trying to figure this guy out.
Trying to read him.
empathy.
You're trying to so you did empathy, and what did you roll?
Let's see. Fair, but that usually is just a few seconds, right? I can add a couple of.
You've had 15 seconds with it.
Okay.
So yes, it would be an extra shift of time.
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah, you might try. I mean, German would work. Obviously, you might try French as well.
Parlez-vous français?
We
And then, so what is the problem? This is the right address.
I'm supposed to give it to that person.
That person isn't here.
Well,
That person
that's-
was supposed to pay you to bring it to this room, not to him.
I was told to bring it to this person.
Tough. You're not entering this room.
Well, they don't seem to be in there anyway. I was kind of I got a description, but you're not. I mean, this is a guy.
Yes.
you are not. You are not a
I-
man, and I don't think this person is the
I
right
am
person
not.
either. And he points at the security guard, and neither of the other people in there. I mean,
No.
he already had been looking in there
Yes,
for.
yes. He
Now
made
you're
it
done.
obvious, so.
So,
Private room.
Jack closes the door behind you.
Okay. Private room. You have no need to know who is in there.
Okay.
But this person was told to get these for someone else.
Can you write out a note that says that he isn't here and that you told me to leave it with you and sign it?
Oui. I write it in German or in Russian.
Okay, great, wonderful.
Point to the papers. They have the same script.
He gives you the papers.
Okay.
That's
What,
funny.
what do you?
That's
Oh, you're
it.
handing him money. Okay. Is it the larger amount or the smaller amount or the amount you gave to the young boy?
More than the young boy.
Okay. All right.
And once the guard has cleared the papers, I will bring them in.
All right. Well, you can.
Oh, so while he's standing there and she's conveying, I'm gonna do investigate him. Just really investigate him.
Okay.
And
What is your name, by the way?
crap.
In French.
His name isn't crap. He gives you a name like Laverne.
So can I? How much time shift can I take on this?
So, I mean, you'd start out at 15 seconds, which is what, but you're not gonna get more than a minute.
So one shift.
One shift.
So that would be awe-inspiring. The trouble is, this is ill, or maybe ill. Ill can be awe-inspiring, jackass. So I'm going to use a fate point. Shadow Jack never fails. And now I got godlike +1. So,
Okay.
so if this is ill in disguise, I might actually spot the bastard. Might spot
So-
the bastard.
The name he gives.
Yes.
Probably an academics role, but is it an anagram or anything for ill?
No.
Okay.
Well, you see, if I were ill, I would disguise myself as this guy, and after like the third or fourth day, I'm in his place.
Anyways, thank you. And
Yeah. So, you're pretty sure that this guy isn't wearing any makeup or prosthetics, but this isn't the clothing that he would normally wear. It doesn't fit him right. It isn't like settled on him in quite the right way. Like, if you wear a pair of pants, it will crease at the knees in a certain way, right where your knees are. Some other person
Who's taller or shorter.
who's not the
wearing
same
those
height has been
pants.
wearing these pants up until very recently. Like, I mean, maybe he got these at a some place where you get used clothing like today, but otherwise, this is not the clothing that he would normally wear. He does have a 3-day growth of beard, but his haircut, he's had his haircut in the last month. Which is a little unusual for a homeless person. It was cut professionally within the last month. The way he is speaking French and German, his inflection isn't quite right for somebody from Switzerland. Now, one of the things you know about ill is that he infects himself with all sorts of diseases. So unless he had some way to disguise that you're not detecting, this isn't ill, because he has like boils and all sorts of pock marks and I mean, if you see him without a disguise on, he looks disgusting.
That's ill.
he does not.
Ill, I'm describing, and
He
this
does-
guy is not that.
this guy does not have sufficient disguise on to hide that. I
Yes.
believe is what you
That
are
is what I'm
actually
trying to
saying.
say. Yeah.
But
Yes.
he is wearing clothes he doesn't usually have.
He is in
and
a
he's-
disguise,
yeah,
however, he is not using prosthetics and enough makeup to disguise.
Okay.
He doesn't appear to be wearing makeup at all.
Oh, no makeup at all. Okay.
Okay.
And he's not a native German or French speaker.
He
He
isn't speaking it in a way that a Swiss person would.
Okay, true.
He isn't using the Swiss
Right.
pronunciation and
Mhm.
The
inflection.
inflections are slightly they're pretty good. He's probably lived in Switzerland for a while, but that's not where he's from. You're getting a lot of information for a guy like +1.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy is either an agent of ill or he's a foreign spy.
I would
Right.
bet on it.
And I bet on the latter.
Yes.
Personally.
Somebody's going to stealthily go after him.
Well, he has to leave first.
Yeah, he
right?
has to
Yeah.
leave
Right.
first.
But
Well, I mean, after about a minute, it all
Yeah.
is done and he
Yeah.
leaves.
Well, Jack just rolled down with +1 in his stealth.
All right, so you're going into stealth mode.
And I'm
So
following him.
so you walked in. So you apparently walked into the room, and Yuri walked out,
Yep.
and then you walked out with Yuri.
only nobody knows.
Only nobody
That would
noticed.
be- That would be an easy way to do it anyway.
So-
Because you need to leave somebody at the door.
Yes, you need to leave somebody.
So, and that would
So,
be time to
I
whisper
guess-
that somebody suspicious just showed up and you're gonna follow it. Okay.
I guess I will take the bundle of papers over to the side table and
Set him on fire.
no,
What?
that-
What?
that would not be
I think you
appropriate.
could just give it to Edgy and have him
investigate.
investigate it.
That'd be a good
Setting
idea.
it on fire is a little excessive and would be noticed. With the
When
smoke coming out of the
Edgy
room.
first comes out of the room, is this guy still within sight in the hallway?
Yes, you can look at him
Okay.
as he's receiving.
I am doing an investigation roll focusing on visual. My intent is simply to be able to recognize this guy later if
Alright.
I see him.
Okay.
If I see him again, especially if he's in some other disguise than his
Alright.
current. That was a, let's see, that cancels with the focus sense bonus. It's legendary.
Okay. Yeah, that's good
And I'm
enough.
guessing I don't get any extra time because he's walking away.
Right.
I only get a
Absolutely.
few moments to
Yes.
look at it. Okay, want me to check out the papers?
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm sticking this guy like a shadow.
No.
Good. Good way to begin the game.
Well, it happens.
Well,
Oh,
especially
minus
to you.
Just
yes.
-2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only the minus two.
Yes, I have certainly rolled worse for my first roll of an evening. But that is an improvement.
That is a
Yes.
significant improvement.
So, we're checking out
The
papers.
bundle of papers.
Yes, that is that is awe-inspiring for anything I can learn by vision, hearing, probably less useful, or touch. If it needs smell, I'm only at epic, and I'm not going to taste them.
Good. It is exactly what it appears to be.
A
some-
bundle of
a bundle of
newspapers and
periodicals,
magazines.
newspapers and magazines.
Mm-hmm.
So in one of the newspapers, there's a 2-word phrase that has like a crease, a very faint crease under it.
Like it was deliberately folded at that.
No, it was more like, okay, imagine
Somebody
you
ran a coin across it.
ran up,
Ah.
like
Into a corner
that
cross.
level of crease. That
Uh-huh.
right there. You can see that,
Mm-hmm.
but in the wrong light you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking for stuff, so you
Yep.
do see it. I mean, it's
Yep.
too edgy. It's like, oh yeah, that's definitely a. There's a mark right there on that piece of paper.
Like somebody underlined it with a stylus or with a pen that was writing in
Coin, their
invisible ink.
thumbnail, something like that.
I will
Or
ask.
nail.
I will ask Annie. What is this phrase here?
Look at it.
He said. That's the translation of it. It's he said, and then the article goes on.
And I'll give the context around it.
Yeah.
Well, in order to figure out what it means, you have to roll academics, and higher would be better than lower.
Yeah, I guess.
Ask Lennon.
That's not a bad
My
idea.
academics would be good.
Probably not good enough.
All
I
right.
didn't
will
say it
just-
was. I
just
said it-
ask in French or 'cause
No. In the room, you want to speak in Russian.
He doesn't speak Russian.
yes. So I'm
She does, and is in the room.
right.
That's why he's the silent bodyguard.
right.
Do you not remember this discussion that we
taciturn
had about that?
Right. I will
I obviously forgot.
very quiet, very quietly murmur in whatever language I think I can be quickest and quietest in. Show it to him, ask his opinion.
Okay. I'll take it over to Lennon and show him the priest's thing.
Okay.
Figuring if this is some Russian espionage thing, we have somebody who's knowledgeable in that area.
Yeah.
It's an interrogation code. In other words, it's asking a question. So as Lennon, I would respond. He looks on this same
Page.
page by doing this, and he creases under something that says "she said,"
Okay.
and then we throw this in the garbage.
Okay. I will go dispose of it unless it should
Well,
be...
I'd like to read it first.
Okay. If you insist.
As we don't immediately throw it in the garbage.
All right.
We have to plausibly read through all of this.
Okay. But you
Finger
haven't done
mark.
what
Not
you
to mention the
needed.
fact that he's poor.
Yeah.
You want to have fingerprints on the pages. You want to have creases like someone was actually holding it and reading it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, just throw it out in the
Besides-
garbage.
And
We're
it'll
sitting
be
in a
fine.
sanatorium all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I suspect.
At least he's probably not getting
So,
his vitals taken every 2 hours all night.
When
Yeah.
was laughing gas invented?
Oh,
long time ago.
1850s.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been
Nitrous
60s or
oxide.
70s.
What do you want to do with
Yeah. It goes way back. It's the oldest anesthetic that's still in use.
It's not in use very often
Not
because
much,
there's too
no.
many people that have weird allergies.
Sure, but it's still used occasionally,
Yeah.
unlike ether or chloroform.
Yes.
The modern medicines they use for surgery no longer included. However, they have derivatives of it.
Mm.
Well, the propofol.
I thought
This
they
is
were
used
well.
for
Okay.
anesthetic
I know that
uses.
like 15 years ago they were using it in dentistry.
Even.
Yes.
There, they probably
Camera
still
does it.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do actually.
However, I very carefully said surgery.
Yeah.
No, they use propofol in surgery, which is also
Yes.
ironically enough what they use for lethal injections.
In
Do you wanna
different
go see what
doses.
Mom's doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Still very reassuring.
Yeah, that's
provide
right. I was about to
battery.
ask you about that.
And this is
Apologize.
the portion of this show where we see if we cause audio problems.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
you're a very fine child. You're a very fine child. You need to.
Adjust your location.
No, he needs to learn how to actually lie down on my lap without falling over on his back.
James Watt and Thomas Beddoes. And
Not
if you're
James.
not, and if you're not sure, yes, we are talking to James Watt, who did the steam engine.
Okay, that was the question.
1794, they wrote a book, Considerations of the Medical Use and on the Production of Facetious Airs.
Okay. What was the year again?
1794.
Okay, that was
For
even
the
longer
record,
ago than you thought.
James Watt did not invent the steam
No,
engine.
No.
he just improved it immensely.
He took the Newcomen engine and made a very, very efficient improvement.
Yep. I was going to say James Watt of steam engine fame.
Yes.
He invented a novel machine to produce facetious airs, nitrous oxide, and a novel breathing apparatus. Thomas Beddoes contributed the medical theories, among others, that tuberculosis and other lung diseases could be treated with nitrous oxide.
Nah, just makes me feel better for a while. But yes, they were. Tuberculosis was one of those things that there was people were hunting very, very hard for a cure, and there was a fair amount of wishful thinking. There were a lot
And
of
outright
things on
scamming.
that too. The other, really big deal if you could figure out how to cure this, that at least that's still remembered today, is syphilis.
Mercuric oxide.
Yes.
Oh, I have some my chemistry set. Well, my dad's chemistry set.
Mm-hmm. Old chemistry sets can be so interesting.
Nitrous oxide was the hot party drug for writers in the early 1800s. Laughing gas party 1839.
Yes.
Which,
Nitrous
and
oxide traveling shows.
it probably came back into fashion as a party drug at least a couple times between then and now.
And it makes return trips now.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so why were we asking about laughing gas?
I have no idea. Our mad scientist going off on a tangent. Imagine that.
It's distinctly possible that there's a tank of it in the room.
The thing
So
is,
he's following after the agent.
yep. I
Yes.
All right.
Godlike +1, did you say?
For stealth, yes.
Okay.
He definitely doesn't notice you, but he acts like he's trying to ditch a tail. Like he thinks he might be being followed. So
And
he
he's
does
taking
some.
standard precautions.
Yeah. He's not very good at this, apparently. I mean, he rolled a fair for doing this. I'm not even going to make you roll because your investigation. Can you roll less than good?
Roll -4.
Okay, roll. Okay. Well then, yes, he does not shake you.
Yeah, you've got 6 shifts on him for his attempted evasion.
So yeah, it's like he might have some skill, but he's definitely not a shadow or a spirit.
He's had some training.
Yes.
He's probably not even the very best guy the Russian government has in the city of Zurich.
Who knows?
Well, I don't know, he's Russian.
So he goes back to
Yeah, you don't know
the
that.
grocery store that Simon has been
Getting stuff at.
and he are you like he stops in there for just a few minutes.
I'll go with him.
Okay. He has a conversation with the store owner. He basically says they told me that that person wasn't there. So they gave me this. And he hands the piece of paper that Annie wrote on. And he's speaking fluent Russian, by the way, to the Russian grocery store owner. They said that apparently he wasn't there this morning, and I should just leave it with them. So, I don't know.
As he's saying this, I'm trying to see if there's some kind of a pattern in some kind of code.
Okay.
Is he
Make an if you're looking for a code, make an academics roll. Yes. What do you think codes are?
Well,
You're not detecting any sort of code. Make an empathy roll.
that's even worse.
Well,
I cannot have everything. at the top
I
of my
understand
head.
that. Yes.
I fail.
All
Mediocre.
Mediocre. Yeah, that's not good. Well, are you doing a re-roll on that, or
Well,
you?
I got 0. That's what I got. So plus 2 would give me just a fair. Question is that enough? So I guess I'm going to use. It's never easy when you're meeting people, especially for Jack. So do I want to risk a reroll on a 0? Another 0. So, okay, I'm not doing it again. Still get plus 2.
Oh. And you're throwing washers all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Oh, next thing is fair.
So
So,
the store owner doesn't seem to care, and the guy who did the delivery seems very like he doesn't care about what he's telling this guy. Like,
This isn't
not-
part of what I'm all about. This
Yeah.
is just going through the
I'm
motions.
just telling you because I think I should tell you, but I don't care. Like, he at the place, he seemed very insistent about
Getting in.
getting in or getting a view in. But right now, it's like he doesn't care that he didn't get to deliver it to the right person.
okay, well, as he leaves the Russian store, he still has his shadow.
Okay. So he goes to like a cafe. He gets a window seat and he just sits down. And he's like just looking kind of out the window.
Well, He's looking out the window. I'm looking out the window.
It would be terribly difficult to figure out which direction
He's
Okay.
he's looking all over the place, like he's surveying the scene.
Okay, a homeless man walks into a cafe and sits down.
Yes, he
Yep.
does have money though, and is
Okay.
able to pay for
Right.
a cup of coffee because you gave him way more than is needed to pay for a cup of coffee. I am
Yes.
assuming.
Yeah.
I don't remember what a cup of coffee is, but I think it's like
And he's dressed homeless, but doesn't smell homeless.
he does not, as a matter of fact, smell.
Hair cut recently.
Yeah, but he hasn't shaved in the last couple of days.
Right.
If his clothes were better, he would pass for it. He would look more like someone who just decided to start growing a beard than
Mhm.
someone who's homeless.
Yeah.
But the ill-fitting clothes would get him funny looks as much as the stubble.
Well, he does that for like half an hour. So, all right. Well, yeah. Then he gets up and leaves the cafe, and he walks another few blocks, and he goes into a building that it's got multiple like placards on it. One of the placards, well, actually, multiple of the placards because they're in multiple languages, says Russian consulate.
Okay, well, in shadows.
So he goes in, he goes upstairs, he goes into an office upstairs, and he starts having a conversation with someone. He says, it's almost certainly him. This is in Russian. Word was, other person in the office, word was that he's dead. Well, I looked. It looked like him. And I gave him an interrogation code. So if he spots it and responds, it's definitely him. Nobody else would know the code. Well, report back when you find out if he responds to the code. Okay. But I'm pretty sure it's him. It's got to be. I mean, who else looks like that? Well, let me know tomorrow. Sure. And the homeless guy leaves.
What is shadow?
And then he actually goes about 4 blocks away and like sits down on the sidewalk. He pulls out like a cloth bowl kind of a thing and just sits there. Every once in a while somebody comes by and he says, "Copper?" And he's going to do that the rest of the day. If you just want to watch him beg for money all day, you can do that. But that's all he's doing for the rest of the
I
day.
will wait half an hour, and then I will conclude that he is trying to build his cover. And that I will return and convey my knowledge. So once I get back to the sanitarium, I'll get to the door, and I will open the door, and I will hear him playing inside. But I will walk in with you.
Yep.
Close the door.
You're leaving the front door, I mean, the door to the room unguarded. Oh my goodness, no.
Yes, yes.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
So,
This will have happened before for,
Yes.
5 minutes or so.
Yes, for
when
brief
guards
verbal
were swapping
conferences,
that.
yes.
Yes. So,
Well, I believe we have a security leak. The man was working for the Russian government. He is convinced that Lenin is here. And he reported it to his superior, and he's going to wait for the countersign to confirm it.
and you know, I will just nod and look thoughtful because I'm saying as little as possible. or
Yeah, what,
trying to
what
speak-
language did you just say that in?
French.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
You know French, right?
yes, and
You know French?
Yes.
I will say
I know French.
currently
My character knows.
understood,
No, this
Yeah.
is good, because if Bill had a contact in the Russian government that he either used to get close or actually hired him, then the word is gonna hit that person, and it might be moved closer to attracting Bill's attention. The one thing he will not like is that he screwed up. Again,
Or
and especially
Appears
if
to
someone in the Russian government is leaning on him, you didn't do the job you were paid for. Or even slightly.
no,
we don't know who hired him.
Steve
Right.
doesn't know who
But-
succeeded Lenin. Was it Stalin?
Stalin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Joseph Stalin, he would never kill anybody.
I forget exactly
Yeah.
how long the
He's such
period
a-
of
One of his supporters was a fellow named Dzerzhinsky, who killed lots of people.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, Stalin was a humanitarian.
Oh, yes.
Right.
53 million dead. Nah, no big deal.
I forget exactly how long the period of confusion before Stalin officially took power was, whether it was a
Years.
couple. Okay, yeah,
A couple of years.
Bottom line is, like, he'd be the kind of guy who would actually hire him.
that is entirely
Really?
But Jack doesn't know what Steve would.
Yeah.
All Jack thinks is that if he was killed by somebody in his government, this is good.
Mhm.
Or if
Yep.
someone in his government aided ill in getting him here,
Mhm.
this is also
Yeah.
good. So,
Yeah, even if it was just a matter of having an information source in the government that
Right.
source is likely
Or-
to hear about this.
or just gave him a way to get in and out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Or access to Lenin himself.
Yes. So progress.
So progress. This is progress. So now I go back outside.
Is it time for him to be on duty and you to be napping?
I can nap, I guess.
Whichever. Oh, what was
I mean, he's a better investigator than me, so.
Yeah.
true? What was Simon's decision on whether it would be better to have Edgy's spirit companion checking for certain things, or whether Simon should do it himself?
Kind of
I
decided.
think we decided on Simon.
Okay.
That's
That's why
part of
he
the
has
reason
the
why
trunk.
Simon
Wanted
decided
the
he wanted this
potions
potions
test,
test.
right? Need a little help. Okay, just double checking.
So, when I get up in the morning, I call the train station
Okay.
and ask where my and ask where my chest is.
What chest? It's basically the,
I was supposed to receive a chest yesterday evening. It was being delivered from the train. And I give them the particulars.
We don't. You can check for it.
Thank you.
So about 15 minutes later, you get a call back. We found your chest, sir. I don't know how we missed it.
Would be very upsetting to the Swiss.
Yes. We will courier it right over to you. I think you have the Zoom number on it and stuff.
It's got the hotel in my name.
Okay. All right, that's good.
No, the name.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
deliver
the
it to the
name.
hotel for you.
Yes.
The name your persona is
Mhm.
going by.
Yeah. Right away. Very sorry for your inconvenience.
Oh, okay.
Died
A
at
light
age
heart
48
fall
of a heart attack.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
Not at all.
Good deal.
He was also the
Yeah, but that's in the future.
Yeah, well,
So maybe he'll be dead by then.
Yes.
very nice.
Not, and it's not that heart attacks are difficult to diagnose in the Russian
Yeah.
government at the time. Correctly diagnosed is a different question. There's also the
You have a bug on your character sheet.
No, I know.
there's also the fact that by certain analyses, all deaths are heart failure.
Yes.
More appropriate to say stoppage of brain function.
Well, Jack gets his hands on, he's gonna have heart failure too. He's gonna
Jack's going to have a heart failure?
No, no, no.
Bill's gonna have
Bill
heart failure. He's gonna
will
rip
have
his
a
heart
heart
out and say, you know what? Your heart looks pretty healthy.
So
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you're
Yes.
gonna
I'm
have
going
heart failure.
to spend the rest of the morning with stuff from my potions chest,
Okay.
generating something that will make some wards for the walls of that room.
Okay.
Just stuff that will make it difficult to mystically perceive through the wall, through the.
Yes.
Two objectives. One is make it difficult for something to mystically perceive through, and the second, if something like Edgy Spirit Companion goes through them, it will set off a visual alarm. Something will glow.
Okay.
Okay. Isn't that sort of, somebody that we actually have mystery going on there, which means someone may be able to figure that out?
But if it's one of them is a passive blur function and the other one doesn't go off until something touches it and it'd be on the inside of the room, that seems like it'd be tricky to detect from a distance.
And we know that the government had available things like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems to me it would be a reasonable precaution
I
for a
think
high
it is
value
irrelevant.
target.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
And he would think it's irrelevant.
The
And
only-
that you should add a little of this to that.
The only thing, well, okay, if we had somebody here who was a Russian mystic, that would make a little more sense. But we don't.
No.
Either of the guards or the doctor or the nurse could have Mystery's talent and just not be obvious in using it.
And also, this is it's being set up as something that you would take along,
That's
and
true.
you would put this in that corner, and this in that corner, and this in that corner, and this in that corner.
Could
and
have
that
been
would
done
activate
by
it.
someone who isn't there. Just follow these directions
Right.
carefully.
And then one of them will, and then one of them will glow if something comes through. Which is a variation on what was sitting on John Doe's desk. Well, on Ivan Ivanovich's desk.
Ivan's little like
On
Okay.
Little Ivan's desk.
Fingers crossed, he doesn't spot it. Right in the morning.
Yeah.
Are you actually consulting with the other members of the group?
I'm
or
setting
just
this
doing
up.
this?
I'm just doing this.
Okay, then Jack doesn't get to register an opinion because he doesn't even know what's going on.
He doesn't say
He
nothing.
will when it shows up.
And he's in epic wall. I kind of assume I'm actually gonna have to do two.
Yes, you're doing 2 wards.
You could decide which one you did first.
So these are like improvements that you're
Yep.
doing. The base time is 8 hours.
The first one was good, and I rolled good to great,
Yes.
and I rolled epic, so that's 3 shifts.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 30 minutes. And the next one is great to superb, unless you're doing it completely separately.
No, I'm adding the same thing.
Alright.
I'll let you use that one. Use that one.
Yeah, if you did 2 different things, there's always the possibility of an unexpected interaction. They'll both affect into the same thing, and you can at least tell right away if something's going to go wrong.
I can do better than that. Which makes that a legendary, which is will then be another half hour.
Okay.
Because otherwise it was going to be 4 hours. And I wasn't really willing to have it be 4 hours.
Can you do this in a way that makes it look like it was done from a Russian's mysteries signature?
Because he isn't a Russian mystic, I would give him a -2 to his rolls. Which, the way he was doing it would then basically mean he'd add 2 time increments to each of them.
So what I'm
So
just
they would
saying,
both be 4 hours.
No.
so it just seems that we have a Russian dignitary, and he's trying to be protected mystically. You probably have a Russian mystic, which means you want it to look like it was done by a Russian. That's all.
If it's worth
Well, he doesn't want to take 4 hours for each enchantment, he just said.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'd rather have it set up. I'm willing to take the time to do another one tomorrow.
Okay. I will compel him to take time. How about that?
Okay, what aspect are you using that is relevant?
Protect the innocent?
I'm not sure who you're trying to protect here, but John Doe is definitely not innocent. There's nobody who knows John Doe who
Actually,
would
I
say
can
he's innocent.
actually think
Night
of
of
a way
I'm
of
thinking of
relevant,
the
though.
I'm thinking of the people of the world who would be better off if ill were gone.
And especially the
Okay.
people of Zurich, if he notices something and gets spooked, he might try a, shall we say, more, an attack with more splash, just in case.
Jack is wanting to
Alright, I will
change-
accept protect the innocent because we've just, yes, gotten,
Somebody hand is shot up before.
Sorry to argue on the other side of the question, but I can see Jack's side of
alright.
the paranoia.
So, are you accepting the compel to,
Okay.
alright. I mean, it's not
But then
like you
I
know
would-
nothing about Russian mysticism, it's just, it's not your normal
Yep.
mode.
Mhm.
And so you're getting a -2 on each of those.
Yep. So you won't see me until this evening.
That'll work.
Had you already spent a fate point to get a +2 on each of them?
To get a +2 on one of them, yes.
Alright. Well, you could spend a fate point to get a +2 on the other one, and it would only take,
4.5 hours.
well, yeah.
Better night.
Better than 8, yes.
Yeah.
That's true, you can be done by not much after lunchtime.
Well, no, probably mid-afternoon.
Still.
I mean, what time did I mean?
Yeah.
What time did I get around to Pony train station?
8 in the morning?
Perhaps, well, I was going to say perhaps before 11.
Well, look.
That's true. Your current persona might be a more punctual and more of a morning person than Simon.
Yes, he probably is more, but still probably didn't do anything until 9.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
And the Twins win.
Hooray!
Yeah, not there.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind
I
of like me.
suppose that is true.
I'm doing my part.
Like me and the employee stock purchase programs. Every time I bought into company stock. So I do everybody a favor and not do it.
Thank
Well,
you. I think
my
I own
employer-
like 4 shares.
My employer has a much better strategy. They eliminated it.
Ah.
Well, even my employer's going to bring me back at some point.
Okay, so. Let's see. Sorry, the 26th,
Yes.
right? Today, the periodicals first got delivered.
Is he starting to recover?
Our patient?
Yes.
Probably, yes.
Okay, if you say so.
He still has periods of discomfort, fever, chills, abdominal pain, headaches.
Other than that, he's great.
Other than
He's
that,
terrific.
he's fine. Well, he was almost dying before. An improvement.
He was never a mute.
That's right. No one turned me into a newt.
I got better.
Yes. No, Laurel says that the audio is a little staticky. Okay. Anybody else doing anything on the 26th?
No.
Drawing
No,
away
You
the-
spent several hours monitoring a guy sitting on the street that.
No, I said half an hour.
Oh, half an hour? Alright. What?
Throwing away the newspapers once this week.
Once I'm done reading everything, you can throw them in the garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, but from when you left, until when you got back, it probably was a couple of hours. Because remember, he spent a half an hour sitting in the cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I did not spend 10 hours
No.
sitting behind a beggar.
No. No. All right. So it's supper time. It's evening.
Yeah, about mid-afternoon I came over and set them up.
Okay.
We tell you that the instructions were misinterpreted and they insisted they had delivered the papers to you. Periodicals.
Okay. I will go over to the Russian grocery store and disabuse them of this.
No. You don't want to do that. You want him to be able to be a pain in unless they don't look at her again.
It would be reasonable for him to do this.
I guess I said they were to be delivered to Room X, not that they were to be delivered to me in Room X.
But you paid for them.
Well, yes, but I'm an agent. Well,
Middleman.
A liaison.
a liaison, yes.
So any random person who happens to be in that room.
Until I stop paying for them, yes.
Okay. Fine.
Or as long as I have paid for them. I'm paying for them a week at a time.
Yes. Okay.
It's another opportunity for you to complain to the store owner that this guy's so annoying. He likes he needs this cigarette kind, he needs this kind of caviar, he needs this kind of this, he needs this kind of vodka. You know, just sit there and complain, you know.
You are being silly. There's nothing up there. No, there's nothing up there.
My whole function is to keep the other doctors from getting anywhere near me.
Well, no, unsupervised.
Unsupervised.
They're allowed to go near him.
Okay.
Supervised.
Yeah, looking.
Is that what you want?
Did it have to be that specific? You dog.
Apparently, he decided in advance that the bulb he wanted must be on top of the refrigerator.
Yep. They used to live on top of the refrigerator.
The dogs used to live on top of the refrigerator?
Yes,
No,
of
the
course,
balls
that
did.
is exactly what Scott meant. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it for the night.
All right.
Okay.
It is late on the 26th of January 1924. And the first nibble has occurred.
See, that's the gun you want. The 1895 Nagant 7-round revolver.
A 7-round revolver?
Yes.
That does
That
have
is
its points.
weird.
And to improve the efficiency, when you cock it,
43.
it moves the cylinder up against the barrel to improve the gas seal.
Did JD spend any?
3.
I like the I like
Okay.
better the feature of
Okay, that's
you have a
44 left.
revolver, everybody assumes you've got 6 shots.
So, good night to our viewers.
Good night.
If
41.
you've been watching this on Twitch and you enjoyed it and you aren't following me yet, please give me a follow on Twitch. If you're watching this later after I've uploaded it to YouTube and you've enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more videos like it. And hit that like button. If you didn't enjoy it, hit the dislike button. But either way, let me know what you did or did not like about it. My next stream will be tomorrow night at, I'm not exactly sure when, possibly 11 p.m. I will be streaming,
Realm of the Mad Gods?
oh wait, no, it's a, oh, I might have to skip or do it early. My day is all screwed up tomorrow, unfortunately. So, not until Thursday then will be my next stream, I guess. Hope to see everybody then. That's right. Man, my day is screwed up. Because my father-in-law, oh come on, I said end.